All right. Thank you, Craig. Welcome, welcome to my channel. I'm Mink. You all know me. This is Xander.
Hello.
He's gonna be helping me out today.
I'm going to
We're gonna
make this
talk
process as
you.
bad as possible. No, I'm
We're gonna
kidding.
talk you to motherfucking sleep. That's what we're gonna do. And
Yeah.
our first conversation that's definitely gonna put you to sleep. Xander, how was your day today?
Pretty good, man. Spent the day with some friends,
Mm.
Nothing special. Did some work, just a day in the life of college. How about you? What'd you go up to?
I discharged from the hospital today.
Oh shit, what?
Yeah, I
Hey.
got stage 3 lung cancer.
That's wild, bro.
2 years to live.
Oh
Very
no.
very terminal.
And they discharge you on
Why do
that?
they call it terminal? What does that
What do
even mean?
what do they call it? Like what is like termin like
Like a terminal is like you think of like computers.
whenever I
Like a
hear terminal, I
terminal.
think airport. Like they're telling me I got airport style cancer.
Yeah, you got airport style cancer. They're gonna check that at the airport.
What's the
They're gonna
deal with airplane
oh, you
cancer?
can't you can't board this airplane. You got airplane cancer.
What type of airplane cancer?
Uh, the racy kind.
The racy kind. Ooh.
Um, they never have like any like no comic book villain is ever like I'm gonna blow up an airport.
I th- yeah, now that I think about it. Why though?
Yeah,
Is
they're like I'm gonna blow up the bank or I'm gonna blow up a hospital.
I'm gonna blow up the White House. But like I think if an airport suddenly stopped working, I feel like that would also be
That would
pretty
inconvenience a
important.
lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know if it inconvenience people as much as like a hospital would or a bank,
But they
but
don't
like people would think you're a dick. Like if
I mean
he just said, "I'm gonna blow up the airport,"
I mean
you'd
also
be like,
thinking
"Man,
about it, like movies don't have to reach for they don't have to reach for the most crazy important thing. They don't have to be blowing up the White House every single movie. Like they could shoot for something smaller, like an airport, right?
yeah, like the Golden Gate Bridge. Nobody cares about the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, people
Well,
care about it in the sense that like it's
I
famous.
mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah, but like if you blew up the Golden Gate Bridge, I think people would just think you're a dick,
What would be the most? What do you
a bit
think
of
is the
an
most
asshole.
insignificant thing that can be blown up, and yet a movie can still be made about it?
Uh, the Bertha Wheel. You know about the
Sorry, the what?
Bertha Wheel?
The Bertoil? I've heard the name.
So the Bertha Wheel is this like tiny piece of triangle territory. It's like a little Dorito chip that lies between Egypt and Sudan,
Oh, I've heard that story. Isn't it like
and
they
nobody
both?
wants it.
Yeah, because if they try to claim the Bertoil, they claim like
They lose the
a
claim to land that's actually valuable.
yeah, I've heard about that before.
Yeah. So they literally are like, "You can have it. No, you can have it. No, you can have it."
Hmm.
Um, the Bertha Wheel, but it's the dirt toil,
The bird's toil.
the bird's toil.
The bird's toil.
Let's talk about a bird's toil.
What does a
What a
bird
bird's
toil in?
what does a bird toil in? Toils in feathers,
What
feathering.
does a bird feather itself? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm. Like
Um,
feather on or feather off?
I feel like a bird takes off its feathers every like 14 months and then
Hmm.
puts on new feathers. God, hair.
Uh,
Yeah.
I like to think that birds have like a fashion statement, have like a secret fashion code.
Yeah. Like bluebirds, those are like the exquisite birds. They're the ones that get all the bird pussy. But then like red birds are like seen as like aggressive for their color.
You know, thinking about it, there's too many birds that are all like the same,
Well, the same color,
same size.
same size.
Like, there's no way there's that many different types of birds that are all that size.
Hmm.
Like,
Well, they used to be
gotta,
bigger.
yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, some of them got to be changing clothes.
Yeah. You think birds are government drones?
Wait, they aren't?
Yeah. Oh, I was just asking if you thought that.
I
I mean,
mean,
they are, but like,
yeah. But for legal reasons, they aren't. For legal reasons.
yeah. Kind of reminds me of that situation in Israel and Palestine.
Oh
A
God.
terrible situation. Um, that's not gonna put him to sleep though.
Yeah,
Israel Palestine shit. Everyone wants to know about Israel Palestine. Why? Why do people want to know about it?
but no one ever wants to hear about Pakistan and Pakistan. I don't know.
Pakistan and India.
I was gonna say I don't know.
I mean, Pakistan and India, they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
They have
I,
nukes. Like, actually have nukes.
hmm. Wait, Pakistan? They both do? I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. Pakistan's got nukes.
How many countries do have nuclear weapons, though? I'm curious.
Like 8.
I've 8? Really?
Yeah. The US, Russia, China, Britain, France. Germany probably does.
Hmm.
Pakistan, India. And that's it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did nobody
And
else think of them in time? Or?
supposedly, Israel might have a nuke, but we don't know that.
Hmm.
That would be conspiratorial information that I can't talk about. But enough about Israel. Let's talk about what is real, and that is um, global warming.
Oh my God. Speaking about real things, I just watched.
Just watch what?
Have you heard of how much Black Mirror have you watched?
I've watched like a couple episodes. One of them I was required to watch for school.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, I had to watch this one where like the U.S. had a social credit system where like the more Facebook likes you got, the more you would be able to like get a car or buy a house or rent,
Oh, okay.
you know, stuff like that. Like basically, like social media was your social credit score.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's not a very real thing, is it? That doesn't sound.
That's I find Black Mirror kind of weird.
It's very. I've watched a few episodes. They had this one new episode where it's like, um, I forget the exact plotline, but it's they have a person up in space and they have like their a body down on Earth that they can just inhibit, and it's just about the worst possible scenario that you can imagine arising from that.
I've been wanting to watch Bandersnatch with somebody. So
Ooh.
that's like that Black Mirror multiple choice movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The whole concept that these shows roll by. It's like, hey, let's introduce a new technology or a new concept and just imagine a really bad scenario for it. It's always really interesting. to see what they come up with.
Imagine a scenario where you could increase your penis size, but you had to become asexual.
I think that's about the worst case scenario, as is.
Yeah. I mean, your dick's bigger, but like you don't want to fuck anything.
Yeah, what's the use?
What's the point?
I have all this wealth, but nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Wait, do asexual people still masturbate?
What
I
would
guess you
they?
could do that.
I mean, you theoretically can, but what would you do it? What would you do it to though? Like you don't
It's a
want to.
life.
Just empty thoughts, just to
Yeah.
your own thoughts.
Well, yeah,
What would you
you're.
think about? What would you what?
Think about like God. I guess.
No, that's a thought in my head now. Jacking off to God.
Yeah. Blowing out your seed for the man in need.
Hmm. That sounds like a really shitty food bank.
You imagine if a food bank went by that slogan? Giving out my seed to those in need.
And it turns out that it's like a purely like innocent concept, like sunflower seeds.
Yeah. That would be fucking funny though.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, let's do it.
Alright. Dude, I work 10 hours tomorrow.
Oh no, that's rough.
Sucks. At my accounting firm.
Mm-hmm. What you got? Like you got a very angry client or something?
Yeah. They're angry about the fact that their dick is small.
Maybe you should give them the little option that we gave that we just thought of.
Yeah.
Increase it
I don't
by.
know if I'll take the asexual offer. Pretty ace-phobic.
How do you
I
know
can't believe
that?
ace phobia is a thing.
Is it
Like I
actually?
can't
Are you
believe
real?
there's people out there that are just like not fucking anybody is stupid.
You don't care, and so I decided to make that my problem. Is like what
Yeah,
they're saying? Hmm.
that's a real thing. Matt Walsh, known known enemy of this show, um, he made like a video about made like a 14-minute video about like like an Instagram post that's like, today on Valentine's Day I'm celebrating it with my stuffed animals, and he called them like a fat loser for like 14 minutes.
Hmm. That sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah. You think conservatives like Easter?
Hmm. I don't know. I mean, I would think they'd have something to complain about, but I can't really.
Yeah. I feel like Easter's the one holiday where you can't complain.
Yeah, like
Because
you
there's
know,
nothing to complain about. It's just like a meaningless. Well, it's not meaningless, but like
and it doesn't. It has some
Nobody really
religious
cares. Nobody
action.
really cares about the reason for Easter. Like
Yeah, and
it's Jesus's maybe birthday, I think.
yeah, but really, it's just an excuse to give a bunch of kids a reason to wake up at 7 in the morning and go look for eggs.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to like an egg hunt and you see like the 2 or 3 year old section, and it's like just a million eggs just laying on the ground, not even like hidden?
Yeah.
And you ever think to yourself like, "Come on, man, like that's too easy, right?"
Yeah. That's what I was thinking to myself when I was a
Like
2, 3-year-old
watching.
baby with consciousness.
No, but like I've watched a bunch of 2 and 3 year olds. Okay, wait, hold on. No, I've watched my brother. Like my brother's younger than me, and I've seen him at an egg hunt at most years of his life. And watching him go through a field and like take 2 steps and pick up an egg, That's too easy, man.
Yeah, but it makes
Right.
you happy.
I don't know.
So you look at him, he found an egg. Look at little Johnny over there.
Look at little Johnny. He found an egg. Oh my god, he found another.
Look at that. He's so good at this.
He's so good at walking
2-3-year-old
and
just
picking.
like, I can hate this.
I'd like to
Pick the fucking
imagine,
egg up again.
I'd like to imagine all of them are also thinking the same thing. Like, come on, man, give me a challenge.
Just kicking the sand.
I mean, do you remember what you were thinking back then? You very well could
I
have.
don't know. I didn't really go on like Easter egg hunts. I mostly
Really?
just hunted around the house.
What? Your parents would hide eggs around the house for you or something?
Yeah, there's one time where I like collected like a whole bunch of them. My sister collected like 3. She got really upset.
Aw,
I gave her some of mine.
that's nice.
I don't know why we were getting so upset. It was just candy.
And at the end of the day, it was all being put into one big pot anyhow.
Yeah, it's just stupid candy.
And I haven't sat down to have
Rots
like
your teeth.
I haven't sat down to have a Snickers 2 hours in so long.
Yeah, it's probably why you're so bitchy all the time.
You're not you when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Snickers have nuts in them though. What if you have a peanut allergy? They're just calling you like a moody piece of shit for having a peanut allergy.
I feel like they're making. Is it like a jab at you? Maybe like they're trying to like, haha, you're gonna be forever angry.
Yeah, this is a cruel act of God. I feel like peanut allergies are a cruel act of God.
Seriously.
I do want to talk about the one time. So, for those uninitiated, in 2021, Black Widow had come out. Maybe Black Widow, and it was a really shitty movie. But what made it even shittier for me was that I decided to be a good boy, and I bought the family ice cream from this place. And I wanted to have it delivered on DoorDash. So I ordered it, and I ordered mine. I usually get the turtle because it's like vanilla ice cream with hot fudge and hot caramel, and that sounds great. But it's also got pecans in it. I specifically put no pecans. And when it arrived, everybody got their ice cream and was eating it, but I got mine and it had pecans all over it,
Oh no.
all in it. Like I couldn't get it out. It was all in
Are you
the
allergic to
ice cream.
pecans?
No, but what if I was, right? I would have
What
taken one
if?
bite
Yeah.
of that and died.
Yeah, that's rough.
So it's one of those instances where like, oh, like this could have killed me, but I didn't get hit with a cruel act of God.
Yeah, the whole idea of a peanut allergy, that is beyond me. Like, hey, like this thing right here that everybody eats, you die if you eat it.
Yeah. I feel bad for people that are allergic to like necessities like water.
You can be allergic to water?
You can be allergic to water. You can
Ah,
actually be afraid of water too. It's called hydrophobia.
I thought it was rabies.
Oh, that too.
Rabies is so interesting. It's not interesting, but it's so weird in that like there's nothing you can really do once you get it.
Yeah.
It's like the peanut allergies. It's one of those cruel acts of God.
We talk a lot about the cruel acts of God. What about the good acts of God? Has God done anything good?
Well, the other day when I scratched off a lottery ticket and won about $30, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I guess that was a good act of God.
Instantly. Maybe the other day when.
Why is my username in here still Bill Thrawn?
In
I
what?
just
In where?
recognize that. For those that are not watching,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
my username on here is Bill Thrawn from the Mink clan.
I never heard them. I never understood. Never actually did ask where Bill Thrawn is from. I also don't know.
So, this can be a fun topic. I watched all 3 of the Human Centipede films.
Great start.
And there's a character in the 3rd one called Bill Boss, and he's played by Dieter Laser, and he's like the best actor I've ever seen in the world. Like, that movie, he just goes balls to the wall, how like batshit insane he is. Like, he's an insane character. Like, he waterboards a dude with boiling water, which is like, youch. And then he castrates a guy and eats his balls. And then he does the Human Centipede. But I thought, like, wow, this guy's acting is so good. He should be Thrawn in the new Ahsoka show. But unfortunately, he's dead, so he can't be Thrawn.
Oh, the actor died?
Yeah, he died like 3 years ago.
How old was he?
I don't know, like 78 or something.
Ah, there you go.
He's an old man.
I thought this was gonna be one of these like young actor tragedies.
Nah, he's old. And his career was kind of killed after starring in the Human Centipede twice.
I can see why.
Having watched all 3 of the Human Centipede films, I hate them, but not because they're like. I mean, I knew what I was getting into with, like, Human Centipede. Obviously, I'm going to be expecting like a gory, like, weird fest. But they're just so like they get more and more like pretentious and full of themselves that it's just like this is a movie about like 3 people sewn together ass to mouth. This isn't anything special.
What do they do in the movie that makes them pretentious? What do you mean by that?
Like the 3rd movie does it even more, but like they try to have this like weird political message about like private prisons and how like in like punitive justice, where like, because the whole point of like 3 is that like the whole plot of it is essentially like Bill Boss and Dwight Butler, who are played by the villains in the 1st and the 2nd movie. They're trying to like stop like what's the word for it? Like when somebody goes back to jail?
Reincarceration? Or like
Yeah, I guess I'll use reincarnation, but I think reincarceration.
no,
For
just use
but I don't.
reincarnation.
Yeah,
Use it.
reincarnation. They reincarnate into a prisoner again. um, yeah, they're trying to stop reincarnation in the prison. Um, so like they do worse and worse shit to the prisoners, and it doesn't work. But by the end of the
They just
film, the
keep coming
Human
back.
Centipede does work. Like people fear the Human Centipede, and are like, "I'm never going back to prison ever again, because I don't want my ass sewn to an unwiped asshole."
Yeah.
So it's just like, what the fuck? Like you could have made like a great political piece that's really gory and gross and disgusting at the same time, but like he just fucking squandered it. Because the movie essentially just becomes like, look how effective the human centipede is.
So could you
Look how
say the
cool this
third movie
idea
is a sort
is.
of an advertisement?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't expect anybody to pick up Human Centipede and be like, I want to do this IRL,
I couldn't
unless
imagine
you're
it
an
either, but
absolute freak. Um, yeah. But you should look up clips of Bill Boss. He's so funny.
maybe sometime, yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, I can't believe I watched all of this damn
I
films.
can't I can't believe you watched them either. What's that? Wait, hold on. What's that one movie where the guy turns into like a walrus?
Tusk.
Tusk. Have you watched that?
I have watched Tusk.
I have not, but
I
I've
don't like it.
thought about it.
I like it better than Human Centipede because it doesn't like insist upon itself. But it's a shit
Yeah,
comedy. It's a shit movie. But the
yeah.
design of the walrus, the human walrus, looks pretty good.
It is a pretty convincing human walrus, I will say.
Yeah, it's a pretty good practical suit.
If I were turned into a walrus, then I would hope that I look like that.
If I were turned into a walrus, I would kill myself.
Oh, well, yeah, same, but I like yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What's weird is that at the end of that film they don't kill the walrus. They don't put it out of its misery. They keep it in a cage and feed it fish every day. They keep it as a pet. Just like, is that cruel?
So yeah. I would if I were a walrus personally,
Is
I
that
think
moral to do that? Like,
I think my threshold for staying alive is significantly lower than being turned into a walrus.
yeah. It does like kind of start off pretty interesting. Like it's just like a Canadian podcaster, and he goes to chase down this like really cool story about a walrus, and then he wakes up and his legs are cut off. He's like, "Oh my god, my legs!" And then he gets turned into a walrus, and then after that, it sucks.
Yeah, I can't imagine. How do you even how long does the movie run for?
Um, I don't know, probably like 2 hours.
Because I'm trying to think, how can you make a 2 hour movie about watching a
It's an
guy
hour and
blubber
42
around?
minutes. Never mind.
Yeah, how can you watch a, how can you watch like what how much content is there to make out of a should be human walrus such that it's an out that confuses me as well.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of time to watch a walrus swim around and eat fish.
Um, well, the whole movie after that is about training him to be a walrus,
Hmm.
training him in the ways of walrus.
Ways of war.
Speaking of Wawa, I want some hot
Ooh,
cocoa.
Wawa. I want some Wawa.
They recently brought back hot cocoa, which is great.
Yo. Oh, hold on. This is important because I need to prove my girlfriend wrong on this. What do you drink if you were to make hot chocolate right now? Would you use water or milk?
Milk.
Milk. Why wouldn't you use water?
What? Why wouldn't I use? I would use water
Or
if I
why
didn't
would
have milk.
I mean like why would you or like why do you choose milk over water?
Why do I choose milk over water? Because like it tastes better.
Right, it tastes better, right?
Yeah, you use water if you don't have milk.
Yeah, because apparently she can't taste the difference. Apparently, according to her, it's the same exact thing, and I need to collect opinions to prove them.
There's more consistency
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like
milk.
it has a better taste. They're just like there's more to it, right? More depth.
She's probably not using like good milk.
How do you get bad milk?
There's a lot of bad milk out there.
Name some bad
What kind
milk.
of some bad milk? Dairy milk. Dairy milk sucks.
Ooh,
I like I've grown accustomed to like almond milk, but I also really like goat milk.
really, really.
Oat milk is also not too bad. But I don't know if
Honestly,
I'd recommend using oat milk for hot cocoa.
honestly though, I
What's
do.
oat milk?
Honestly though, I do know what you mean because I know like if you put any kind of milk into hot chocolate, it's all gonna taste the same. I will be on that one. Because
Yeah. I mean, if you
you're not
get
really adding the milk for the flavor.
if you get extra creamy almond milk, it tastes
Ooh,
banging.
that sounds like it'd go pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's banging.
because I know like you put in milk in your hot chocolate for the texture and everything, so the taste of it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah. Um, what's up with bears? I haven't seen a bear in a while.
Have have you ever seen a bear in person?
No,
No, not even.
I've never seen a bear in person.
You ever been to a zoo or anything?
Uh, yeah, but I've never seen a bear.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have bears at the zoos I go to.
Honestly, you're not missing out on much. They're like the forbidden like belly rub puppies,
Mm,
and that's really about it. To me, to me, a lot of the allure is taken away, knowing full well that I'll never be within like touching distance of them.
right.
Because yeah, you're cute, but I have to stay at least a mile away from you, otherwise my face gets ripped off. And that's a bit of a turn away, if you ask me.
Probably train a bear to like not rip your face off though.
I mean, you probably could, but
Uh,
personally,
I know
I
when I
don't think
like
I'll
to
be
pet
doing
my
that.
bears, I don't want my face being ripped off.
Yeah.
For those of you that are still awake right now, why haven't you fallen asleep to this yet? This is an absolutely boring conversation.
Yeah, personally, I haven't fallen either.
Well, I'd hope not,
I mean, it'd be
because
weird
we
if I
need to
was
keep talk.
asleep.
We need to keep talking to get the viewer to sleep.
If any of you are awake right now, please go to sleep faster.
Yeah, close your eyes, go the fuck to sleep.
Let's get. You remember that? Do you remember that book, right?
Yeah, I remember that book.
Have you ever fallen asleep to that book?
No,
I know, I
what do
almost
you
did once.
fall? To? Do you fall asleep to like any noise, like brown
Ooh,
noise or white noise or?
have you heard of this this one person on YouTube called Mr. Ballin?
No.
He like
Shout out to Mr. Ballin.
Yeah, he's like a storytelling guy where he tells real stories, like true crime or just weird stories. He calls it the strange, dark, and mysterious. That's his main quote. And
Hmm.
I've just gotten used to falling asleep to that recently.
What are they about? Like strange, like mysteries.
Like mysteries or like just like one of his series out there is like there's this book called Missing 411 of like strange disappearances of like people disappearing. He covers those stories. He covers stories. One of his other good series is like places you're not supposed to go and people who went there anyway. Which take that. There's a lot to that. It's hard to describe it much more than beyond its title. I mean, really, it's just about the worst thing to fall asleep to, all things considered, because it's the kind of shit that's supposed to keep you up at night. But
I fell asleep to Come Town.
ooh,
I've shown you Come Town before.
I have seen it.
Yeah, I fall asleep. Like there's a YouTube channel. I think they go by like Steven Seagal. And they have a live like 24/7 radio called 69.9 FM The Bust. And it's just Come Town for 24/7.
That's crazy.
So I just fell asleep to that.
Steven Seagal.
One time I fell asleep to war noises.
I remember you told me about that.
Yeah.
You said you didn't even have any like weird dreams or nightmares, right? You just woke up the next day?
No, I should wake up the next day. I feel like Come Town's been giving me some weird dreams.
I would imagine so.
There's this really weird dream I had that made me actually mad when I woke up. So like, CEO of my company, which I won't say. So like in the dream, turned out he was like this huge like sexist like asshole guy that fucked a lot of people over. And there was like a documentary that came out about that. So in protest, I just knocked shit over. And then they tried to get me framed as a sexist monster by abusing the legal system. They hooked me up to a lie detector, and you know how lie detectors are like based on your heartbeat?
Yeah.
So they would like every time they asked me a question, they would shove me so that my heart would race.
And no one was there to tell them not to or anything?
Yeah, I tried to get it stamped from evidence, but because I was defending myself.
Yeah, of course.
And they were like, no.
We're not allowing. What loophole allowed them to keep the evidence or keep that recording?
I don't know. The loophole being women, I guess. Because they were women.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry to the audience that are women that heard that. We love women. I love women. My best friend.
Just not the ones who framed you.
Yeah, and it's not them. They're sons of bitches. Or daughters of bitches, rather.
I'm about to say.
What else can we talk about?
What
you said mysteries put you to sleep. We should talk about a mystery.
Mysteries, yeah.
What kind of mysteries are out there? Let's look up mysteries. 19 of the Strangest Unsolved Mysteries by Lauren Kahn. The incident at the Dyatlov Pass.
Oh, the Dyatlov Pass. I know this. I love this.
The first night of February 1959, 9 ski hikers died mysteriously in the mountains of what is now Russia. The night of the... What's up?
Yeah, I've heard about this story before.
Yeah.
It's a story.
Can you just sum it up? Because this is kind of long and I don't want to read all of it.
Yeah, it's this like experienced group of people going out for a hike, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something because they weren't unexperienced. They knew what they were doing. They were going out for a hike, and suddenly, after a few days, they didn't return back from their hike, and Of course, a search party was launched, and eventually they came across the remains of their tents and the bodies. But nothing about the scene made sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were most of them were found outside of their tents in the middle of Russia, in like Siberia, and
Mm.
they were all without clothes, or mostly unclothed. Which in the middle of Russia, that's a weird thing to be found in, just lying in the ground with nothing on. And you would think mostly that because of that they would have to have left their tents relatively quickly, right? Because why else would you leave the comfort of your tent to go to the wilderness in that position? But their campsite was in strangely good condition for having such a sudden leave.
Mm.
And I'm a bit shaky in the story. There's a bunch. I'm giving a pretty bad recount of it, but I'm pretty sure there's even like evidence of like some like a radiation or just really weird things. You should definitely look into it a bit more than just my 30 seconds. But
I think they had gay sex up there.
ooh, maybe that's why I could see a couple. I could see a weird game of truth or dare leading them to doing that.
Yeah. You ever been involved in those truth or dares where like you guys are like, I dare you to have sex with that guy?
Not quite yet.
No, not quite yet.
Uh,
Me neither.
if you were in a truth or dare game, imagine this. It's like a truth or dare game. It's like going about as normal as it would go. And then someone drops that out. What would you do?
I guess I'd have to follow through. Can't not
Hmm,
do a dare. That's like against the Constitution.
that is true. That's like what, the 20th Amendment?
Yeah. Thou shalt not follow through on a dare.
Thou shalt. Yeah, there you go.
There's a
Let's get a site on that.
there's
Let's
a
get a
French
source.
saying on about it called "On a défend les champs de tampon," which means
Hear the
you gotta
dare, do the dare, right?
hear the dare, do the dare. Yeah,
Hmm.
monkey see, monkey do.
I'm pretty sure those phrases are directly related to each other, right? Isn't the monkey see directly descended from that quote?
Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't a sea called the monkey sea,
A monkey see.
the Great Monkey Sea.
Like if they're naming seas out there, they're naming that shit after colors. Like the Red Sea, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
the Black Sea.
Whatever the hell a Mediterranean is. Like, come on. Let's get a monkey in here. Monkeys are cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying, man.
you're telling me some guy wasn't walking through the woods, saw a monkey sitting in a river, and thought, damn, monkey see.
All right, I gotta be honest. I'd be real honest. Um, I don't like monkeys.
Really?
Scare the shit out of me.
Like, which if I were to say monkey, what's your first thought?
Like a chimp.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Those things are terrifying.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Nope?
No, I haven't.
There's a scene in Nope where where they're like filming like a sitcom, and they have a monkey, and the monkey goes berserk and kills all of them brutally.
Really?
And there's except for one guy who hides under the table, and the monkey sees him and gives him a fist bump.
Uh, was he congratulating the guy for being smart?
No, the monkey was Yeah, I guess the monkey was congratulating him for hiding.
Well done. I couldn't find you. I bet the monkey didn't find him. That's why he gave him a fist bump.
Well, he did eventually find him.
No, I
He
don't
just
think he
didn't
did.
kill him.
I think that's why he gave him a fist bump because he couldn't find him. Like, well played, sir.
Yeah. You ever watch Asteroid City?
That's what I've
This
heard of
is
the
just
name.
this is the segment where we list off movies we've watched.
I do not think I've watched it, but if I heard the story, I think I would recognize it.
Asteroid City is such a funny movie. Um, it's basically it stars in this like 1950s play where like there's this like small town called Asteroid City, and it's just got like an asteroid, and that's like the city's like landmark. It's got like a piece of moon rock. Um, and um, there's an alien that comes down during like a like space event, and it just takes the asteroid.
Hmm.
And the movie centers on that premise. It just
Stealing
came
back an
down,
asteroid?
took the asteroid, and nobody knows why. And then at the end of the movie, uh, I don't know if I want to spoil it. Do you care?
I personally do not know.
He gives it back.
Oh, yeah, that's nice of him.
Yeah, which is just really funny to me.
Did they ever try to get it back, or did he just like
No, they
eventually?
don't. They can't because he's in a spaceship and they can't like do anything about it.
Yeah, that's
They're
fair.
just a small town with like 3 people in the police force. They just sit and eat donuts all day.
3 people and the police
Three
force.
people in the police force.
Oh, imagine if like you have a town of 3 people, and an entire police force keeping them in line.
That's like the Pitcairn Islands.
Yeah, like y'all must really not trust your people.
Yeah. See, the Pitcairn Islands is so funny to me because like 13% of their population are pedophiles.
Oh,
And like a few of them happen to be the mayor. Like two of the Pitcairn Islands' past mayors have been pedophiles. And because the Pitcairn Islands is so like depopulated, they don't even have prisons. They didn't even have a prison built until they had to convict somebody for pedophilia.
imagine! I can't imagine being a person to like be the reason a prison was made.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it is wild. That's also wild.
What's also wild?
Animals. Animals are pretty
Ooh,
wild.
yeah. What's the most wild animal you know?
A cheetah.
Ooh,
Cheetahs are crazy. They're the fastest cats.
you know, you think any like? Do we actually have proof of that? That
Yeah.
there's currently not a living thing that can run faster?
We have proof. Yeah, we have
Like,
proof.
what if some like random wolf out there
Then it
ran
would be the Usain
slightly?
Bolt of wolves, but it wouldn't mean that wolves are faster than cheetahs.
But like, I know that cheetahs are on average the fastest animal ever, but what if like some random animal out there just happens to be the fastest thing to have ever ran
Yeah, but nobody
that that we
knows.
don't that we don't know about? Like, are cheetahs? Do cheetahs really have the land speed world record right now?
I think so.
Like, I like to think that there's some dog out there that managed to run faster than any other cheetah ever has.
There probably was. And his name was probably like Boots.
Boots.
Boots the Husky.
I don't think it could be a husky. Where the fuck are you? A husky.
Huskies are great. I love huskies.
Huskies are great to.
Huskies with different colored eyes.
Wait, what'd you say?
Heterochromia. Have you ever seen a husky with heterochromia? Kind of cool.
Yeah, I've definitely. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna.
It's getting close to 50 minutes. We could probably stop here.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
All right, that's it for this video.
Oh, Joey,
we'll reconvene at the hour.
Better.
Some sunny day.
I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's pretty effective.